Yes, Mark Quinn is going to tell you his massage story in a moment. Okay. And yes, everyone wants to hear about Mark Quinn getting his naked body rubbed by another man or woman. We don't know. But first, we need to get to our sponsors.
People just wrecked their car, Kinsley. Nicely done.
Oh,
Having to think about that. So I have a thought for you. Nationwide, speaking of sponsors, man, the book, Kinsley, as you know, is dropping on December the 8th. Come Back to Bed. There it is. Look at that. How nice.
if you're watching on
And
video, I have some copies right here in the scene with us. And we just got the box yesterday, and it was really exciting.
it was really cool. So getting to open that up. But the thing about Nationwide as it relates to this is the speech that originated a lot of the ideas that came from this book came from Tom Hickman, president and chief member advocate for Nationwide. And so then we went and gave that speech. But then when we were giving the speech at their big primetime event, we had, I don't know how many people in the room, 400. And we gave out note cards. And a lot of those folks filled them out and said, hey, here's my best traffic generating idea. We took a lot of those. And how many, Kinsley? Like maybe 70 different examples of Nationwide members inside the book. So the real question for you listening to this, if you're a Nationwide member, is, are you in the book? And the answer to that will reveal itself when you buy the book.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a little teaser, okay? Chuck Nader in the book. Daniel Patrick with Heavenly Sleep Shop in the book.
He's in the book.
Mitch Roy, International Furniture Wholesalers, in the book. Now, is your name in the book? The odds are much higher than the representative sample I just gave, because there are at least 65 more people who are Nationwide members. And we think it's really cool because that was the genesis of this book. That speech, the contribution of that membership and those dealers to help each other and be willing to give us foot traffic driving ideas that actually worked. That is what made this come to life.
No doubt. Very, very cool stuff.
Something else that makes your business come to life is Podium. And look, if you want us to help you get set up on Podium, I've seen some discussions online. Text us 843-MARCOS-2, 843-MARCOS-2. That's our personal Podium number. And we will be your concierge to help you get set up and help you get started. Because here's the deal. Customers want to text with you. They don't want to call the store. They really don't want to do even, that's how they want to communicate. That's how you and I communicate, Quinn. That's how we talk to Adrian, our chief of staff, so often. They want to text with you. And if you're a sales rep in the store and you have your personal phone number, that's going to be a disaster, because you as a retail sales manager, you're not going to have visibility into that communication to make sure things are getting scheduled the right way, or things are getting handed off to somebody else who's going to be on staff that next day to help the customer. So if your salespeople are texting from their personal number, you really need to zoom out and see the opportunity with getting set up with Podium that centralizes all that communication, and you can text through a centralized dashboard and really take care of your customers in a way that scales.
But the cool thing about that is, number one, I can't imagine RSAs, retail salespeople, want the consumer having their number, because what happens on vacation or holiday? Now these people, consumers have their phone number. So I would assume that would be much better, more ideal for them. The cool thing is they can still have their own individual number through Podium, but it just runs through the Podium dashboard. So each independent salesperson will have a unique number to them, so it can go directly to them, but it is also showing up on the dashboard. So you also have some visibility into that. And as we both know, Kinsley, visibility, not being blind about your business, is a very big deal.
Podium.com/dose, and you can get 10% off. Just schedule the meeting when you sign up, podium.com/DOS, and you get 10% off for being one of our listeners, just like our friend Keith Moneymaker did. And that actually was the story. Keith Moneymaker was on the show. He was asking us about Podium. He's like, dude, I'm signing up just so I don't have to monkey with my personal number going out to everybody and having to manage that communication and lose track of it. So get you set up, start the new year off on the right text with Podium. Okay, I want to tell you about the retail traffic index, but first, I don't think we can leave people hanging much longer. That's the Door Counts retail traffic index. This is really cool. I want you to get some visibility into your business in a new way. But I don't think we can leave people hanging with the Mark Quinn massage story any longer. So I'm not going to do that to people.
I'm sure they're hanging on their seat, and it's the whole reason they just sat through the endorsements with our sponsors. So, okay. So as you know, yesterday, I've just been, you just get tight, right? Stress, you're working hard, and I've been working out, and I've been having a lot of soreness in my shoulders and the rest of my body. And so I decided I'm going to go get a massage. When I'm on vacation, like going to a really nice spa, that's a great thing to do, but I don't need that all the time. I just want someone to like dig in and, get the knots out of my muscles. So I'm living in Rogers. I don't know places yet. So I'm Google searching massage places, right? Well, with some of that, you got to be kind of careful because shut some of these guys down. They're like sting operations for sex trafficking or, whatever those things are. So I'm like, I really want to avoid any trouble. So I'm like looking through and I'm looking at places that have lots of reviews to. So anyway, I go in and this lady works me over and it was awesome. But right before that, I had called you and I said, "Hey, man, I'm out running around," and you said, "Hey, yeah, step by my place and and pick something up that's on the front porch for you." So I go to your house and there's a box on the front porch and I open it up and this is what I found, Kinsley. The copy of the book with your very nice note. Now that is a happy ending, which was what I was trying to avoid with the whole massage thing. I kept in my own mind thinking if she was like massaging me, I'm like, oh, that's a little close. Am I going to have to, it's so stupid for me. But anyway, thank you for my note. And how about it? We got our books. That's pretty cool stuff.
Hey, at the end of that massage, you had a happy ending, just not what people traditionally consider a happy ending. It
That's
was
right.
our book in person, the real deal for the first time ever. And this is super cool, man. It made it real, didn't it?
Oh boy, did it ever. Yeah, it was really kind of cool cracking that box open and seeing it and getting to hold it and just kind of know that this whole process ended up with something, material this way. And hopefully, Kinsley, the people that end up buying this book will benefit the way we intended. And there'll be some good ideas in there for them. And we're going to talk a lot about on this podcast today about what the future does look like. And this book should be part of your future. I guarantee you there's a couple things in there for you to learn from or consider because we're taking best practices from a lot of people in this country and using them as the example. So you got to check it out.
And you got to pop over to dosmarcos.co. So DOSMARCOS.co. And you can get signed up. And on launch day, which is December 8th, that's when you can buy it, December 8th. The first 100 orders that go direct through us, we're going to give you 2 Dos tequila shot glasses, indestructible. You've probably seen them on the show, and which is really fun. And a special bookmark with a hatch cheat sheet on the back to get you going.
Marcos.
With book Marcos.
There you go.
But you're going to see it on the site when you go to dosmarcos.co. Go ahead and go over there now and get signed up. That way, our list is going to get notified first. So if you're signed up on that list, you're going to get notified first, and you could qualify to be the first 100. But there's going to be 2 buttons on the site. One is where you can buy on Amazon, which is where many people are going to buy. But to get the 2 tequila shot glasses, you got to buy direct. And there's going to be a big blue button on December 8th. And it's going to tell you exactly what to do. Buy direct here. And we'll get you fixed up. But the book, is really so much dedicated to driving foot traffic to your store, how to build a brand people love and drive foot traffic. And one of the things that I've really geeked out on lately is the retail traffic index by door counts. And if you know door counts, they're all about getting rid of your traffic blindness. Who's coming in? What happens when that person comes in? Who they get assigned to from a sales side? What the follow-up looks like. I mean, it's just this amazing set of magic goggles that allows you to see the world that was right in front of you that you never knew existed. And so from a foot traffic standpoint, they have the retail traffic index, and you can go sign up at retailtrafficindex.com. But I get this every day. And so I know that this past Saturday, Mattress stores, and this is a collection of 700 stores they're looking at. Mattress stores averaged 16 people coming in the store. Furniture stores, using door counts, averaged 117. And then appliance stores, many of which are in the mattress space now, averaged 137. customers walking in the door. So 16, 117, 137. And you think about that from a store standpoint, how does your store stack up? Are you getting at least the average amount of foot traffic that these other stores are getting? So it's this cool little dashboard to show you what's going on in the market outside of your immediate area. And then, of course, with door counts, they got a mountain of other data points that help you navigate your business. And like I said, put on those magic goggles.
You know, one of the things, the expressions I love in business is called the unconscious incompetent, right? Which means you don't know what you don't know. And we've all occupied that space at some point in our careers. So don't be that, right? Get information that you can use to manage your business. And with door counts, you can actually do that because you have good data to work with. So there you go.
Yeah. Well, and look, it helps to have that data. It helps to have visibility into your business, especially now because things are about to take a rocky ride. Okay. We're getting to the part of the year where we start talking about predictions. We start looking at 2021. I think everybody at this point is probably ready to go ahead and wrap up 2020, put it in the rearview mirror and move on. I know I am. So we're looking at 2021 thinking, what does business look like for you? So we wanted to zoom out and give you some high level analysis on where the economy could be going in the first half of the year and then the second half of the year. And if you go back in time, this cracks me up. I remember our predictions for last year, and this isn't the predictions episode, but our prediction last year was the first half of the year is going to be our opportunity because the presidential election is going to create so much uncertainty that people are going to lock down their wallets. Well, as we saw, everything, all predictions went out the window and things got nuts. But looking at some analysis floating around from Moody's, and this is circulating among the president-elect and in some very high ranks of government. Here's what we're looking at for 2021. The economy is likely going to shrink during the first and second quarters of 2021. So unemployment's probably going to inch up closer to 10%. Last month, we were at 6.9%. So you're going to have more people unemployed in the first half of the year. A lot of Americans are going to draw down their savings. They're going to struggle to pay medical bills. Some are going to lose their homes and go bankrupt. Recessions, sadly, cause permanent damage to people's lives. And that's why a lot of people are calling for further stimulus to bridge over to the other side. So the longer term picture, though, that we're looking at, Quinn, is a little more encouraging. So we think, or some of this analysis from Moody seems to suggest that this is going to be a better, more rapid recovery than the 2007, 2008, 2009 financial crisis. And the reason they say that is because most Americans' balance sheets are in better order. So back then, they were carrying crushing debt loads in the form of mortgages, mainly, mortgages that people never should have had in the first place. Well, the Americans in general, the balance sheets are a little bit in better shape. They don't have those large debt loads. And as we've seen in the mattress category and furniture category, in a broader sense, when a vaccine hits, many people say there's going to be pent up demand for business trips, vacations, restaurants, concerts, clothing, medical procedures, those elective ones, sporting events, and so much more. So whenever we hit 2021, most people think that we'll start seeing the pandemic get under control to some degree. And when it happens, the economy is going to come roaring back. How do you prepare for that? Where does your head go?
Well, yeah, I was just reading an article, Business Insider. They're saying that they were anticipating 7% growth in the first quarter, reduced now to 3.5%. So yeah, I think you're right. I think because of all the spikes right now, and then you and I were talking before the show about the coronavirus spikes, potentially coming out of Thanksgiving. I think a lot of people were trying to stay off the roads and do some of that stuff to keep the transmission of COVID from growing even worse. But anyway, I think we'll see a spike. And I think you're right. I think it's going to slow first quarter, but I'm with you, man. Like, I think people are so frustrated. Aren't you hearing that? They're just so tired of all the COVID stuff. They're tired of being restricted. They're tired of the masks. They're tired of being told they can't go places. They're tired of all the trouble that comes from their kids not being able to go to school. They're tired of events being canceled. So, and they're tired of being afraid. I think there's a lot of fatigue with that. And, I'm grateful that the potential vaccine is supposed to be coming out. So I think that's going to help us a bunch. But I'm with you, man. I think it's pent up demand, and I think we have a really big opportunity. But here's the thing, though. So we've been very lucky in that in the last 3 or 4 months, people in the mattress business have seen a major acceleration of growth in their business. There's a lot of places, restaurants, gyms, places like that have really taken it on the chin. We are so lucky because we've had good fortune. So, but it's a dangerous place to be too, don't you think? Because that can lull you into this false sense of it's going to be like this for a lot longer. And I think we need to anticipate it's not. And so you got to be planning not only that, but when sales are good, it covers up a lot of sins in your business. So I think for me, the takeaway is I'm good with it being good. And I'm so grateful that a lot of people in our industry have done well, but we need to be thinking about what's next and getting ready. And that's why I think our book is coming out at a great time, Kinsley, honestly, because there's a lot of, we wrote this not just for the people in our industry, but for anyone in independent retail who's struggling or trying to get ready for the next phase. So I think the next phase is coming, and I think it can be great, but you got to get ready.
And I think you captured it really well by saying we're in a dangerous place. And I think it's for two reasons. It's for the reasons you mentioned, which is we've been making hay. We have been making hay in this
Making
industry.
hay.
We've been making hay. And it's
Hey,
been
hey.
amazing. There are going to be mattress companies that come out of 2020 having had record years in their company history. You watch, it'll happen. And then, meanwhile, the reason we're in a dangerous place is, like you said, people might not be preparing for 2021 in ways that put them on firm footing. But we're also in a dangerous place for the other reason you described, which is people getting sick and tired of doing all the hard work it takes to remain vigilant. And sadly, we're right on the heels of Thanksgiving. And by the time any super spreader events have taken hold in people's lives and health goes downhill, we're going to be going right into Christmas. And so around Christmas time, I think we're going to see, a new shock of numbers where people have not remained vigilant. And that's really, I think, what it comes down to. Even though we're sick and tired of it, how can we remain most vigilant and think about the people around us and not just ourselves? And how can we think about our businesses? And that's the pocket I'm in right now. How do we just play the long game? I know the short term is frustrating. I know the short term has been cash in your pocket because you've been making money hand over fist. But let's zoom out for a moment. Right now, it's a good time to do it. And what does the long game look like? How do we make sure we're taking care of each other and taking care of our businesses? And I think if we get in that frame of mind and kind of reorient ourselves right now, we could head into the first half of this year in a place of being a weightlifter who's building up their body, so we have the strength on the backside of this, and we can head into the latter half of 2021 bulked up and ready to fight.
Yeah, I could not have said that better. And we have to get ready and put weight on and put muscle on and get ready for the quarter when it's going to drop. And I think that people that are doing things like, look at our sponsors. You're doing stuff like Door Counts and Podium, connecting to Nationwide. You're trying to get your business in a place where you've got tools that you can implement that are going to make you more successful going forward. And I think that if you're doing that, the key is too, you've got more people coming through your doors right now than ever, which means you're collecting more names from new customers than you've had in a long time. So what are you going to do with that information? How are you going to serve up an experience to those people so that you can keep them coming back, and you're not just a place to conduct a transaction, right? You're a place that they love, and you're a place that they've chosen to be their place, their go-to for whatever it is that you do. And that's possible, and it's happening all over the place.
It's not only happening all over the place here in the US, it's happening all over the world. And we're seeing that with what the National Bed Federation awards has done. I mean, they're recognizing people that are good actors in the industry and have done a great job. This is worldwide. And look, hey, this is the Galaxy's Mattress Industry Podcast. We're here for the entire world. And Jessica Alexander has become a friend of ours over the years. And anybody listening outside of the US, first of all, we hope you're having a great holiday season. We hope you're doing well. And we love seeing the innovation in our industry. And hey, some of it goes right back to your kind of core crew with Harrison Spinks and Simon Spinks and all and those
It
fellas.
it does. And yeah, big congratulations to Jessica and Simon for pulling this off. Kinsley, can you imagine? We have so many good actors in this industry in the United States having to pick, the best of each category. Talk about a job that would totally suck because you're going to disappoint some people. But really proud of my guys, Simon Spinks, Darren Marcangelo, and the rest of the guys at Harrison Spinks. They won this year's award for Bed of the Year in the velocity category. So mattresses from Harrison Spinks. It's the bed in the box product there. So anyway, big congratulations to them. Also, online bed retailer of the year, mattressonline.co.uk. If you're interested in what they're doing in the United Kingdom, go check them out. What else?
Small
Grabs your
bed
attention there?
retailer of the year. I would love to get to know these folks. Small bed retailer of the year, Prestige Beds. Large bed retailer of the year, Furniture Village. And then sustainability awards going to Beckert. Um, COVID-19 Community Champion Awards going to the Vita Group. And then, of course, on the components product of the year, NKEV's GOTS certified range of fillings. I have some NKEV stuff, a box of it right here. So
Do you
congratulations to
really?
everybody. Yeah,
Wow.
these are great ways for you to stand out in your marketplace. Yeah, by being recognized. And great job to Jessica and team for putting this together.
I have a quick question though. So they have a small bed and large bed retailer of the year. I do not understand at all why the size of the mattress you sell, like how small you can get a mattress. Like why should you get an award for having a super small mattress?
Let's clarify something. I did a video
It
about
makes no
this.
sense. Does it make sense to you?
Yeah, 100%. Years ago, I did a video back when we were running Sleep Geek, and I was at the National Bed Federation, the bed show in England, and I went around trying to get people to tell me what the standard size of each bed was, each mattress. No, there was no standard sizing. It was all over the place. And it made a hilarious, fun video. Actually, we can put that in the show notes. If you go to mattresspodcast.com, we'll put that video in the show notes. But Quinn, that's what's going on. Don't try to get an answer. It's impossible.
So small bed meaning small retailer or big retailer. I'm just being goofy, but
Yeah.
anyway. So congratulations to everybody across the pond in England and the United Kingdom. Well done. Awards well deserved, I'm sure.
Well, and hey, we want to hear from you and what you're seeing out there, how you're preparing for 2021. If you have ideas you want to share, you want to contribute to the community of mattress retailers here domestically and internationally, head over to any of our socials, Instagram, Facebook. It's at Dos Marcos Podcast, at Dos Marcos Podcast, and let us know how you're preparing for 2021 and how you're thinking about the upcoming year, how you're getting lean and muscular and preparing to build foot traffic with some of the ideas maybe from our book. We want to hear from you, and of course, give us a quick review. That really helps. If you're on iTunes right now, just pop over there, make sure you're subscribed first of all, and then press the star button and say something about us. We don't care what you say, just anything.
And the good news is get to bed, guaranteed a happy ending.